Okay, our next presentation is going to be on email marketing. And because of an emergency situation, our originally scheduled speaker can't be here today. But because of the depth we have within the Sedona Marketing Association, it was easy to get someone to fill in. So we're going to have Anthony Flesch make the presentation.
Well, it says try not to lean on the microphone. Well, okay. That's the first nugget today. I have some tough shoes to fill, big shoes to fill. Olin Roby, North Star Direct Marketing, does an excellent job. We're all in the Sedona Marketing Association, we're all colleagues. We all have a slightly different take on things, but mostly there's a commonality of expertise and professionalism that we think we all are able to offer you. So I encourage you to visit Olin's website, North Star Direct Marketing, and it's a pity that he couldn't be here today. But I'll try to. Now, because the handout in your packet is from Olin, I'm going to use that as his format. We're not going to agree on everything 100%, but I'll discuss those points where we disagree and talk to you about why, because there are many different approaches within email marketing. Now, email marketing is essentially a branch of direct marketing. It follows a lot of the same rules that direct mail does. And people will say, well, how can that be true? Because it's a completely different medium. But if you think about it, there are very, very similar aspects to opening a direct mail letter to opening an email. First of all, if your outside envelope headline in direct mail is not compelling, as Steve mentioned, you're not going to open the physical envelope. By the same token, if your subject line on an email is not compelling, it's going to immediately be deleted. So there's the first parallel. But I'm going to back up first. I'm getting ahead of myself. A lot of people are attracted to email marketing because they think it's an easy way to make a lot of money. And guess what? They're right. The people who are making serious money online are doing two things. They're getting huge traffic to their websites, and they're building huge email lists. And the quality of the list is obviously of huge importance. Excuse me. Because of the prevalence of spam. I get approximately, even with all of the spam filters I have, both on my own computer and on our servers, I get approximately 500 spam messages a day. And I'm sure many of you get a similar amount. So because of the proliferation of spam, the requirement to target your message carefully and make sure that your list is of a high quality is extremely important. Steve talked earlier about this three-legged stool that we direct marketers like to talk about: the list, the copy, and the offer. If any one of those is weak in your email, as with your direct mail, your stool is going to fall down. So the list is obvious. There are lists you can buy. Olin says, what does he say? Do not buy, rent, trade, or otherwise acquire lists or email addresses. To do so is spam. The offers you receive to buy opt-in email lists are all scams. Well, he's 99% correct. There are, however, sources of opt-in lists that are available to marketing professionals that are still credible. They are, however, very expensive and should be used sparingly and judiciously for that reason. But that's a good way. If you don't have a big list, you can, and the good thing about high-quality opt-in email lists is that they don't have typically as high a minimum purchase as do traditional direct mail lists. You can get them 1,000 at a time, etc. So very, very difficult to tell the quality of the list unless you know the quality of the list vendor. So I'd suggest talking to one of us, Olin, myself, Steve, about the quality of email lists, because they do exist. But do not, if somebody says, I've got a great list for you, or if, especially the unsolicited emails, the spams you get about email lists, ignore them. He's absolutely correct. Those are in spam themselves, and you will be caught as a spammer. let's see. Let's go through his list a little bit. Do market you, but only if they've done business with you or opted into your list. And so one of them. How do you get them to opt into your list? First of all, if you have a physical location, it's a very obvious. Ask for the email address. Have a little form. If you're going to be shipping something to them anyway, and you need to communicate with them by email, ask them if you have permission to send something to them. Be very careful to do that. Do not send emails to people who have not given their permission. That is classified as spam and is in fact against the law. There's something called the CAN-SPAM Act, and when sending emails, we need to be CAN-SPAM compliant. It governs the rules about sending unsolicited email. So the other thing, the best way to build your email list is to have something on. How many of you here have a website? Okay, is to have a mechanism on your website which encourages people to sign up for your email list. And the best way to do this is to give something away. Now he says here, do not use gimmicks, sweepstakes, contests, etc. to get people to sign up. But on the other hand, do give them something that is relevant and useful to them and of real value. For example, we had a client who had a whole bunch of books sitting around that he hadn't been able to sell. And I think he paid about $4 a book each from his publisher. And we said, well, and of course these books were relevant to what was being discussed on the website. So we said to him, why don't you offer these as a, sign up for our email newsletter and get the free book. And there was a picture of the book and a little bit of copy about it that was obviously compelling. And we said, the book is free and it's $5.95 shipping and handling. Okay, so the book originally cost him $4, which he wasn't going to recoup anyway. The shipping cost him $1. So he was breaking even or even making a little bit of money to get somebody's email address. Now that's a deal. So is there something, you can also give away a free, another one of our clients gives out a free online report. What you really need to know about buying Sedona real estate. And as soon as you opt in, you sign up for the email list, you get an email with a link to download the PDF. And it's well written, it's useful, it's not just fluff about him and his business. It really has genuinely useful information. And that's the other thing, that's the offer. Make the offer something that is genuinely attractive, genuinely useful, and not just something which further promotes your own business.